All right then, so let's get started. Before I begin, I just would like to know, have you all started the hands-on with Git? Have you all installed Git on your systems and started the hands-on? How many of you have done that? Yes. Okay. 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 Like I could see some messages, some people saying that they have done that, and like whoever haven't have to do the hands-on, and also we have created a WhatsApp group. If you have any questions during the hands-on, you can utilize this group. We have shared that WhatsApp group in the Zoom chat. You can join that chat, and any questions during your hands-on, you can post it. Actually, a separate private WhatsApp group will be created with all the joinees. Meanwhile, until then, whoever are doing the hands-on, you can utilize the same group. All right, so let's get started. Yesterday, we were talking about this Git architecture, and we have seen the Git basics, right? Like Git add, Git commit, and then checking the status, moving the files from working directory to staging area, from staging to local, checking the unstaged changes, checking the staged changes. These are the things we are checking on the last day, right? And these are the things we were checking yesterday. Now let's proceed and look into few more interesting scenarios. Here, if you see this file, let me check the status. So it says changes to be committed. So let's have a quick recap. What does it mean? Where were the changes? Changes to be committed means refer to this architectural diagram and tell me where were those changes. Yes.
Staged area.
They are in the
Staging area.
staging area, exactly. They are in the staging area. So these changes are in the staging area. Means the file is having staged changes, correct? So staged changes, and it's not having any unstaged changes. Git diff file name will show you unstaged changes. There are no unstaged changes. Okay, fine. But then I'm adding something like this, next line. Okay. Now, can you tell me, is this file having unstaged changes or not? I made some modification to the file. I did not add it. So is it having unstaged changes or not?
Yes.
So unstaged changes and the unstaged changes of any file can be seen with git diff staged and the file name. Sorry, staged changes can be seen with git diff staged flag. And yes, the file is having unstaged changes as well, and it can be seen this way. Right? So this file is having both staged and unstaged changes because I made this third line, but I did not add it in the staging area. So that's unstaged change. Unstaged change can be seen this way. And also it's having a staged changes like which were put it in the staging area. And those are visible with this command. Are these commands clear? So at this point, the same file is having both staged and unstaged. In such cases, if you do git status, see the same file is shown under changes to be committed means staging area. The same file is shown under working directory because it is also having certain unstaged changes. So there are chances for the same file to be present in both working directory and staging area, and this could be the reason. This is the logical reason for it. So whenever you see as such, you can just comment, I mean, you can just understand like there were certain changes which were staged and some of them were unstaged. Is this scenario clear where you would see the same file under both staging and working directory? Is the scenario clear, everyone? Appreciate your quick responses. Are we good with this?
Yeah.
Thank you, Aditya, for confirming. How about others?
Yes.
Saravanan, thank you for confirming. All right, all right. Thanks everyone. So we shouldn't be confused when we see git status, when we are seeing the same file under both staged and unstaged, don't get confused. This is a simple logic. And at this point, if I just want to put everything into local repository, minus AM, the flags which we learned yesterday, git commit, add and commit, and some message like file3 modifications. Done. So now if you do git status, it should be all clean. Perfect, right? So that's how you can work with the files, like with the staged changes, unstaged changes. And till now, we have seen creating a file, right? Like a new file, or else we have seen modifying a file. Shall we say deleting a file today? Let's talk about deleting a file. Okay. Right. Let's say, okay, I'm having these three files. Suppose I want to delete this file 3. Let's say I want to delete this file 3. So the command is git rm file 3. That's all. So if you do git rm, you can see here the file is no more. And like I said yesterday, git works with respect to changes. Change could be creating a new file, it could be deleting a file, it could be modifying a file. So like if you see here, I have removed the file and let me check the status. So changes to be committed. Changes to be committed meaning, right, like we made some change, but it is in the staging area. You have to commit those changes. Any change, this is how you work with it. Let's say deleted the file 3, right? So if you do ls, of course, ls will list the files in that particular folder. We don't have file 3. Git ls files. It's no more, right? So that's how you can delete the file. But if you notice here, whenever I deleted this file is gone both from working directory and local repository, right? We have deleted the file, but from both working directory and local repository. Let's say I want to delete the file only from local repository, but I want to keep it in my working directory. Why should you keep some file in working directory but not in repo? A scenario could be, maybe I may have some project documentation. This is my project name, let's say. Okay, Git demo is my project name. These are all my project files. There might be some project documentation, a personal documentation I might have prepared. I might have prepared some plan for the project, right? Or else it could be the personal plan on how I should work on this project, or else my understanding document, whatever it is. Like there is some documentation I have which I don't want to which I don't want to put it in local repository, right? But I still want to keep it in this working directory. So I just, let's say that's a file 2. Okay, I just want to remove it from the local repository only. So you have something called git rm cached and file 2. If you see here, file is still there. And here, let's see the status. It says that changes to be committed again. Okay, let me commit the changes. Git commit -m, deleting file 2. Okay, some message. Done. So we have done the commit. Let's see the status. Why is it still showing like this and also untracked? When do we see file as untracked? Can we recollect which we saw yesterday? When do we see the file as untracked? What could be the reason for this?
If it is a new file,
New file. It's a new file.
yeah,
Right, when it is a new file, we see it like an untracked, right?
yeah.
Because I removed it from staging area and local repository, this is behaving like a new file, right? But it's still there in my working directory, but it's not there in local in the staging area. See here, ls it will show you, but ls files, git ls files. See, file 2 is no more because it's removed from staging area and local repository. Because it's a, let's say, a project document. I don't want to keep it in the local repo. Are we good? Got the difference between RM and RM cached? RM will delete the file both from working directory. It will remove from this folder, like, and also from the local repository. Whereas Git RM cached will delete it only from the local repository, but not from the working directory. Right? So, okay, fine. But whenever I do status, it keep on bothering me. It keep on asking me to add and commit. The reason because this Git demo folder is a local repository. You remember, right? Sorry. We have this hidden file, .git. Any folder having this .git means it's a local repository. And the meaning is whatever present in this folder, Git will be tracking it. Git will be version controlling it. Git will be asking you to add and commit. It will be keep on bothering me. But let's assume another use case. Let's say this is a log file, isn't it? Some logs might be generated or else some executable. Or else another use case is it could be having some sensitive data. I am explaining you the scenario now with some dummy files. We are going to apply this concept with our Terraform projects, Ansible projects, and we use this concept throughout. But now it's a dummy file. Once we get started with our tools, we'll apply them for the only the file changes. So this file could be having some sensitive data. So if it is sensitive data, I don't want to push it to remote or share it with others, kind of. So, but Git will be keep on tracking it. How to tell Git not to track certain files? How to tell Git, please ignore this file, don't track this file, don't version control this file? How to tell that? Because Git will be version controlling whatever present in this folder. So how to tell Git not to version control certain files? Yes. Anyone, any idea?
Make it inactive, that file.
Okay, it's okay. So there is a concept called Git ignore. Right? So we use this concept Git ignore. So let's say I don't want Git to track this. So create a file called .git ignore, and in this file, put the files whichever you don't want to get version controlled, like file2.txt, right? Put the files whichever you don't want to get version controlled, like file2, and save it. See, immediately as you save this file, do you see this is grayed out? And now if you see the status, see, it's no more bothered about file2. Right? It's no more bothered about file2. File2 is still there in the working directory, but it's not at all bothering. But git ignore is also, after all, another file, right? So it will ask us to add and commit. Yes, we have to add, like any other file, add .git ignore and git commit -m added or created ignore file. That's a commit message I'm giving. Commit message is your own message. You could give some meaningful message so that later on you will identify or understand what this message is all about. Understood?
Yes.
Right. So this is .git ignore. Where do we use it? Again, the use case, like I mentioned, it could be log file, it could be some text file which you don't know, log file or some documentation, some executable which you don't want to version control, or else it could be having some sensitive data, some credentials which you don't want to share and being version controlled by Git. That's where .git ignore comes in. So developers, yes, the same reason, same use cases, even DevOps person, the exact use cases, an example is like in Terraform project, we'll be having some state files, which will have the sensitive data. Those should not be version controlled. So this is how we put those files in .git ignore and ignore them from tracking. Similarly, in Ansible, you have the Ansible vault where we store the passwords, which shouldn't be version controlled. So these are all some of the use cases. We will implement this in Terraform project as well. Here it's a dummy file. Tomorrow it will be real file. That's the difference. But the concept, everything is same. And another thing is In this .git ignore, you can also use some wild characters. Like let's say, okay, I have a bunch of files which end with logs. Let's say I want to ignore all of them. Star means all, .log. Any file starting with any name but with extension .log will be ignored, right? So that's how you can manage if you have huge files using .git ignore. Am I clear?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So that is how ignore works. And if you remember yesterday, we have done some commits, like every commit will generate an alphanumeric ID. Today I have done some commits. This is a complete commit history. If you want to see the brief log, we can see like this. Just the history of the commits with a brief commit messages. This is the one. So, okay, fine. I have done some bunch of commits by now. What if you want to undo a particular commit? What is meant by undo?
Roll back.
What is the dictionary meaning of undo? We know, right? What is like we undo certain things. So what is meant by undo?
Getting the previous value.
Like reversing the things, right? Let's suppose you have created a file. You undo means file is deleted, right? Let's suppose file is deleted. You undo means your file will be back, right? So you can undo any particular commit ID. Let's say this is commit A. Okay, in this commit, let's suppose you have created a file, right? You undo this, means commit B will be created where you deleted the file, correct? Right.
Yes.
See, commit A, I'm referring because I can't refer the alphanumeric ID, entire ID, I'm referring it as A. So let's say this commit A, you create a file. You undo this, means there is a command called revert in Git. So whenever you revert it, always new commit ID will be generated because revert is also like commit. So commit ID B will be generated and file is deleted. Let's suppose I just want the file back. You can revert this again, undo it again, another new commit ID C, here file will be back. Means the C and A are at the same point, correct? Both are having same file is created. So this is the logic, like B, you undo or you revert, B is generated. You revert this again, another ID is generated but the file is back. So that's how revert works. Am I making sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So let us see this. Let's see how to undo the command, like undo any commit. Git revert and the commit ID. Like first 7 characters are enough. I'm undoing this. So in this commit, what happened? We created an ignore file. So I'm reverting it. Means what should happen? What should happen if I run this command?
Previous changes will be gone.
Right? So see here. So here we can say revert. It will also ask a message. Like I told you, commit is also, revert is also like a commit. It will create a revert ID or commit ID, whatever you call it, reverting ignore file. It will open an editor like this, right? You can edit this. At the bottom, you see insert mode means it's in the, like you are able to edit. Escape means insert mode will be gone. Colon, WQ, exclamatory. That will help you save it. Done. Do you see here at the back end what happened? Right? So the ignore file is gone, and because ignore file is gone, file 2 is being tracked again. Got
Yeah.
it right, everyone? Right? Because ignore file is gone, it's tracking this file 2 again. Right? Let's say, and also like I have shown you, it will create a new commit ID. Let me show you. See, this is the message I have given, right? Imagine this is commit B, right? So file is gone. Let's say I want the file back. Again, revert this. Git revert this one. This is like commit B. Now git revert B means another commit C will be created. Another commit message. Here file is deleted. So if I put some message reverting ignore file, let's say again, it is in the insert mode at the bottom. Escape, it's gone. Colon, WQ exclamatory. Save and close the commit. Done. If you see the log, yes. Another commit ID, this is like a C. File again. See, ignore file is back, and because ignore file is back, file 2 is not tracked anymore. Understood? You can undo any
Yeah.
commit. This is the way how we guys, like when we are working with the files, we undo any changes which we don't want. Am I clear? Understood?
Yes, 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 ma'am. Got it.
Right? Any questions from anyone? Can I get a response from all of you guys? Are we good?
Yes.
Right? This is what revert does. Like on regular basis, if you want to undo any commit, this is the preferable approach. In our process, this is what we do. And there is
Can you revert a folder, ma'am? Suppose we deleted the folder.
okay. See, remember one thing, we revert the commits, not the files or folders, isn't it? This is
Okay,
your
got it.
command.
Okay.
This is the command. So in this revert, if you have created some folder, added and committed, yes, that would be reverted, right? So it
Okay.
depends on what you made in this commit. What changes were done in this commit, you will undo them. It could be
Okay.
file or a folder, or else in this commit, I might have committed multiple files, whatever they are in the
Yeah,
staging.
correct, correct.
All of that will be
Yeah.
reverted. So
Got
always
it.
remember, not only this revert, anything in Git works with respect to commits or changes, not with respect to files or folders, kind of.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, and yeah, again, if you see, these are all the commits I have. Let's suppose, okay, I'm working in the project. I made some comments. After 10 days, I realized I just don't need this bunch of 4 commits or 3 commits. Means I don't want them, means I want to discard all the changes happened during this commits, as well as I want to discard them, wipe them off from the log history. How to do that? Git reset hard head tilde 2. What is this reset? Reset will undo a successive bunch of commits. Let's say successive latest commits, top 2 commits. These are the top 2 commits. See, like let's say this is the history of commits, and there is some pointer called head. This is the pointer which always points to topmost commit. Let's say I don't want top 5 commits or top 6 or successive 4 commits. You can use reset hard head tilde 2, means these 2 commits will be wiped off from the commit history. Means yes, they will be discarded from the commit history, as well as whatever changes happen here will be gone. Right? That is the importance of reset. Those will be wiped off from the commit history, as well as whatever changes done during that commits will also be gone. That's how reset works. Reset held to top 2. If you discard this, this becomes the topmost commit. Head will be pointing this. So it's like resetting the head pointer. Let me run this. See, do you see these 2 are gone? This is the topmost one. Or else you can do, let's say I want to undo head 5 successive comments, 1 2 3 4 5. These will be gone. You will see only this as a topmost. They are wiping off from the commit history, as well as whatever changes happened there will also be wiped off, right? You can do like this, head tilde 5, or else 1 2 3 4 5. If you wipe off them, this becomes the topmost. You can also use this. Either way you can do. Whichever becomes the topmost after you run that, you can put that commit ID, or else whichever you want to wipe off. You understood the difference? Is it clear, the two ways of usage? Now see, head is
Yes.
now at this 7985. You might have used head 5 or else directly this commit. Anything should be fine. See here. This is also a way to undo. But do you notice any difference between revert and reset? What is the difference? Whenever you revert, yes, functionally, yes, it will undo the changes, but it will not remove the commit ID from the history, right? It will be still there. It's undo any random commit. That's another difference. Any random commit ID. Here you undo successive commits, right? Also, it will be removed from history, removed from log. This will not remove from log. Sorry, this will be removed from log. I'm sorry. Removed
Yeah.
from log. This will not remove from log, right? And also every revert will generate a new commit ID. This will not, right? If it is generating new commit ID, you can revert that new ID again and get the changes back, right? You can get the changes back, but here not. Again,
We
you
cannot.
cannot get the changes back. Means reset is also called as powerful and destructive command. Means changes gone are gone forever. You can't get them back. So you should be very careful while using a reset. Understood? So which one we should use on regular basis, on daily? Like which one do you think we'll use?
Revert.
Revert.
Revert is the one which should be preferred. Reset is very rarely used and we are warned to use it. And if you are very sure that you don't want it, you don't want to maintain the history, at that point of time, you may use reset. It should be used very careful. It's a powerful and destructive command. Right? And particularly, let's say now I just don't want this. Git reset hard. Sorry. Git reset hard. Let's say I just want these two commits. Right? That's all. Understood this?
Yeah.
So this is about reset command, and like I said, this is far advanced and very less used. There are also other types of resets. We don't use them, we don't go to that extent at all, but still I would like to give an idea of other types of resets so that like you will know like what is it. Also, like if you come across another type of resets, it's very difficult and confusing part to self-learn. So I would like to, I have simplified this with this chart. I will share you this chart, which help you understand the differences very easily. So let me share you that with you. Okay, this is the type of reset. Actually, we have learned the hard reset. There are also other types of resets like soft reset and mixed reset. Instead of hard, you will use soft and mixed. But what is the difference? Like how do they work? Let's see. Working directory, staging area, local. When you do hard reset, your changes are gone from everywhere. That's why you can't get the changes back. It's a destructive. If you use soft reset, your changes are gone from here, but still your changes are here. If your changes are in staging area at a later point of, if you want to get them back, what you should do to get them back into local? Some changes are in the staging area. I want to get them into local repos. What should we do?
Commit.
That's all. We have to do a commit so that we'll get the changes back. And mixed reset is, again, you will lose your changes from here and from here, but your changes will be still here. And how do you get them back? Your changes will be in the working directory when you do mixed reset.
Add.
So
Okay.
in this case, add and commit. Glad to see that you are all well versed with this part of how your changes moves. That's very important. Yes. So these are different types of resets. Like I said, we never use it. We will very rarely. We haven't. I haven't used these types of resets, but better have some clarity, maybe from the interview perspective or whenever you come across such things. Self-exploring this will be a bit confusing and tricky through the documentation. But this chart simplifies the concept very well so that you can register in your mind and see the difference. So like you can do the hands-on whatever we did. Also, if you want, you can also experiment these types of resets and observe like what's happening. Run git status command after that. So you will know where the changes were the changes anywhere. In git reset, if you run git status, in the case of hard reset, if you run git status, it will be like clean because your changes are not present anywhere. In this case, can you tell me what would be the git status after soft reset? What kind of message we'll see with the status command?
Stage,
Changes
stage, yeah. Stage,
Changes to be
stage.
committed, exactly.
Yeah,
Changes to
changes.
be
Yeah,
committed because they are in the staging area, so we will
yeah.
commit. And in the next case,
Untagged.
Untrack.
may not be untracked because that may not be new file. Of course, if it is completely removed from others, it may be untracked or else it could be like unstaged. Actually, it should be untracked only ideally.
Yeah.
Because yeah, true, correct. Because it's removed from staging also, yes, it would be untracked, not unstaged, correct. So, right, this is how you'll have your changes. So this kind of clarity will help you master or expert Git. Any questions here in the reset? Different types of resets?
This is very clear, ma'am. Thank you.
Right. So these are the different things you manage your files in your repository, like reverting the changes, removing the files and all. Let me summarize the things we have learned till now. Let me jot down everything we have done, like it's a Git in it. And then that's how we started creating a repository, Git add, Git status, Git commit, right? And then we have done Git diff, file name, Git diff, stage will show you stage or changes of the file, right? And then Git commit with the add and commit, like add flag, right? And then Git rm to delete the file. Okay, before that, okay, first let me do git rm the file name to delete any file, git rm cached to delete the files from, okay, git rm will delete the file both from working directory and local repository, both from working directory and local repository, whereas git rm cache will delete the file from not from working directory but only from local repository, right? Git rm cached, and then we have seen git ignore, right? Using ignore file to exclude certain files from tracking. Let's suppose I don't want to track certain files like log files or executables or files with sensitive data, all of them. And if there are huge number of files, you can use wild characters to refer to all of them, right? That's a ignore thing. And we have seen revert, git revert to undo the changes, to undo any particular commit, any random commit ID. You have to provide commit ID. And then like that will undo changes in that particular commit ID. Every commit will generate a new commit ID. Whenever a new commit ID is generated, you may use it to revert again, right? So that's a safe method to undo any changes. And there's always Like you can recover the changes. And there is another command, git reset. As the name says, it will reset the head pointer. Head is a pointer which points to the topmost commit in the commit history. But reset can help you change this pointer, because like you can undo a successive commit, successive 4 commits, successive 5 commits, whatever. So when you undo, it will not generate any new commit ID, and it will be cleaning the commit history, as well as it will clean the changes happened during those commits. So that's how reset works. Are we good? Any questions? Did we miss anything? We have added everything we learned till now, correct?
Yeah. Git
Mm.
version and
Version installation, okay, but all the commands I think I have added. Reset, revert, ignore, rm cache, rm git diff commands. Yeah. So I would say these are all the basic concepts of Git. Of course, reset is advanced one, but and other than that, all are the basic concepts. We have got a good understanding on this working directory, staging area, local repository. And I have to remind you at this point, remember, we were still on our local repository. We did not go to remote it, right? Because there are many other things which we need to learn. So please wait till we go to that point. And there were 2 more commands which you have to make a note of. They are available in the Google Drive in the lab assignments also. Whenever you are committing for the first time, you have to do this. Git config global user dot name and put your name. For the first time, if you are committing, you have to do this. Git config again global user dot
email.
email. You have to register your name and email so that Git will use these to track your local changes. How to go to remote, what happens when you go to remote. We will look into all those scenarios are coming up, but there are few more things we have to learn before we go there. Are we good? Any questions in this part from anyone?
Yeah. Preethi, yesterday I tried, using the touch command. It was not creating the file name. You use touch command, right, to create a file.
Which one are
But
you using? Which system are you using?
Windows.
Are you using Bash or command prompt?
Command run.
In command prompt, touch will not work. Touch is a Linux command. Use git bash.
Oh, okay.
If you are using Windows, you should use git bash. Git bash provides you the bash environment to run your git commands. Let me show you. So in this installation steps, like in this guide, like I was talking about this one also in at the last, just refer this ones. If you go to start menu, you have to type in git bash and launch this terminal. Use this terminal to run the git commands. This is the better option in Windows rather than command line. Yeah,
Okay.
for the drive access and all, you can reach out to Mr. Raj Prasanna. Reach out to Mr. Raj on this number. He can help you with those access details.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, and like you have got this question, right? Like touch command, how do you use it and all. So if you have any such queries, please join this WhatsApp group and post your queries here until we create another private WhatsApp group with registered candidates. For lab questions and all, you can use this WhatsApp group, right? So join the group, and any questions as such you have during your hands-on, you can post it there so that you get quick resolutions to proceed.
Okay.
Ma'am, today only I joined this session. So
Okay.
to start, how will I access all this drive what you showed? How will I access?
Like I said, right, just contact Mr. Raj on this number. He can help you with the details. And the
Okay.
recordings, everything, the community you can join. For now, join this WhatsApp group and ping Mr. Raj on this number. He can guide you with all the steps.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Coming back. So now let us step into another, like actually very important and the real concepts. Of course, these are also we use, but real concepts, when I say, it means the concepts which help in executing our CI/CD pipelines, or else which help in reality to move the pipelines or the strategies actually, which is nothing but the branching concept in Git. You might have heard about it definitely if you have used, or if you're working in any team. So let's talk about this, which is very important. Branching in Git. What is a branch? What is a branch in Git? Why do we need branching? Let's see. Firstly, let's understand the concept. Yeah. Till now, whatever changes you made, like we have created some files, we made some commit, we deleted some, whatever you did are said to be in the master branch or the main branch or the default branch, whatever you call it. And whenever you create a Git local repository, okay, you can assume there is something like there is a branch called master by default, and whatever changes you make will be going into it. You can assume like it's like a folder, it's a virtual folder in your repo. See, till now you might have noticed whenever you run status, here you will see something like on branch master. But till now we did not focus on it. Now let us try to understand what is this branch master. Like I said, whenever you create repository, master branch or a default branch will be there, will be created automatically. And whatever changes you make till now are set to be on this branch. Like I made some file 1, I made some file 2, everything is in the same folder. Imagine it's like a virtual folder. So, okay, fine, we made some changes. This is the master branch, we are making some changes. And let's say we are working on for functional requirement 1 given by the client. Okay, client has another functional requirement too, another requirement, but same files are to be modified. But changes are different. Let's say for this, I'm just explaining in a layman terms, like let's say for this change, you have to make changes in line 4, for example, okay? And for this, they have to make changes on line 1, let's say. Changes are different, functional requirements are different, but everything going into the same folder. Let's say requirement 1 has to be released on this December, in this December, right? And this requirement 2 should be releasing on March. So means you have to push to remote the for requirement 1 on December, this on March. But all the changes are in the same folder at some point of time, at a later point of time, after 15 days or 10 days, after a month, I could not segregate or distinguish the changes. Which changes are for requirement 1, which changes are requirement 2. Also, if I want to push them separately this way, how do we achieve it? Got the point, everyone? So I'm just placing everything in the same folder. Rather than placing everything in the same folder, can we create a copy of this master branch? Let's put some branch name, like maybe I'm working for second feature, feature 2. And then make changes, means create a copy of this branch, means whatever changes it has got, we'll get it. Then work for requirement 2 in this branch, requirement 1 on the other branch, so that the changes are separate, the changes are like a different, they don't get messed up. You can push them separately, correct? This is file 1, this is file 2. So I could push this for March. This one goes for December, right? Rather than messing up or rather than placing all the changes in a single branch, we can create a copy of this master and do this. So whenever you make a branch, it is a copy till you make it. Once you make the branch, they work like two parallel entities. A separating means if I make some changes in feature, it will not be visible on master and vice versa. They work like two parallel, two separate entities, right? This is what is the concept of branch. And why do you need it? To allow different releases. Like one release is for December, another one is for March. And also another reason, to allow multiple developers to work. Let's say developers or DevOps team, whatever you consider. Let's say we are DevOps team. I want to work on EC2 feature. I will create a separate branch from master and work on it, right? Rather than messing up the original one or the master copy. So it allows multiple releases. It allows multiple people working parallelly, or it allows multiple functionalities to develop, right? Or else you could create a branch. Let's suppose there are some bugs. You want to create a separate branch from bug fixes, right? You can do that. So these are all the different ways, the reasons for which branching can be created. You create a separate branch for bug fixes and push this like a hot release, right? This is the concept of branch. Maybe let me give you another example in layman terms, so that like everyone should get a more clarity on it. Okay, this is our folder, right? Let's assume, okay, I have some folder. Let's say I'm writing some story. This is the folder. Let's say I got an idea, or else I got an understanding that I can give two endings for this story, same story, two climaxes. I don't want to mess up, then I just want to give it a try, right? So what I can do, I can create a copy of it, correct? So they are same till I make a copy. Okay, now I made a copy. If I make any changes on this folder, demo 2, will it be visible on demo 1 or vice versa?
No.
Yes. Is it? Yes. If I make some changes here, I'll go and make something here. Will it be automatically visible on the original one?
No.
No, right? It's just like a copy. It will not be. It works like two different versions, right? So I may give a different climax here. I may give different climax here. I may publish it as two different stories. Or else let's say, okay, I did not like the second climax. I may just delete it, right? Isn't it? The same is the case with the branch. Like we were talking about, the same is the case here. Just a second. So the same is the case. After creating a branch, they work like two parallel entities. It can help you maintain versions, maintain releases, or like different developers can create their own branch and work on it without messing up the original one. And also branches could be of two types, permanent or temporary. Permanent temporary branches could be like okay, I'm a developer or else I'm DevOps person, I want to try out some new feature. Instead of messing up the original one, I could create a branch and work on it. If it is working fine, yes, we can maintain it. We can later on integrate those changes into the original one and delete the other one. Or else permanent branches. There could be a separate branch for dev, test environments, prod environments, and so on. So those could be maintained for permanent purpose. So purposes like why do you create, how do you design, all of that we will learn. Here I am focusing on explaining the concept of branch and the use cases. Yes, we are going to create the branches and we'll see how branches could be permanent, how they can be temporary, what are the purposes we create branches. We will learn all of that. Is the concept of branching clear for all of you? Any questions? Like I said,
No, it's clear, madam.
yeah, like I said, let me just jot down the use cases. We will see them practically. Okay, let's say you want to maintain.
Yeah,
Yes, please.
different releases. Okay.
Yeah, releases if you want to maintain, or else you want to maintain different environments like dev, stage, test, prod. You may create a separate branch, or else you want developers or different developers or users, could be DevOps, whatever, whoever. So if they want to try out something new, they can create their own branch, right? Or else you want to maintain different versions of your code or your DevOps configuration files. So these are all the purposes. Not only this, let's say you have some bug fixes which are immediately you have to do some bug fix and release it. So you can create a branch for those bug fixes. Of course, developers will do it mostly, or else even as a DevOps person, if you want to make some changes to your templates, to your configuration files or manifest, again, you have to do that. So these are the different reasons. And branches could be permanent or temporary. Like I said, these different environments, these might be for permanent purpose, right? These might be for temporary, like they will create it, and if it is working fine, they'll merge them back to some permanent branches. How they'll merge, how they'll decide and all, we'll see. Okay, I'll give you just a simple overview. It's a high level picture actually. Let's suppose, okay, in reality, we'll have these kind of branches. Dev branch, feature branches will be created by each individual user to check out their changes. Then some test or, okay, let me mention it as release branch, and then master branch, which goes for production kind of. So for every branch, there'll be CI/CD pipeline created, right? Let's say, okay, there's a dev branch, or else let me get started with feature. Okay, feature branch, developers have tested it. They have deployed it in some test environments or local environments. It's working fine. CI/CD is working fine. Then what they'll do, they'll merge it to dev. And pipeline will be designed in such a way whenever changes are merged to dev branch, it will trigger the pipeline again. This will deploy to dev environments, right? Okay, this is also fine. Then merge this develop branch into release branch. Whenever some changes are there in release branch, it will trigger CI/CD, deploy to test environments. And if it is successful, then merge this release to master branch. Master branch will be again triggering CI/CD, which will be deployed to prod clusters. Right? That is how the flow will be. First feature branch, maybe they'll be triggering CI/CD manually. They may start this. Okay, once they are done with their changes, they may test it in very lower environments. And if it is working fine, that feature branch code will be merged to dev branch. It would be deployed onto dev environments. If it is successful, they'll merge to release. If release is successful, they'll merge to master and so on. What is meant by merging this? How can different branches trigger CI/CD pipelines automatically? All of that we are going to learn step by step. Today, first we will get started with creating a branch. What is a branch? Like how do you make changes in each branch separately? How do you merge it? How do you integrate? How do you delete? How do you resolve conflict? All of that we will learn under Git. Then we will get started with the Jenkins so that any change in the branch could trigger the pipeline. How do we automate that? Also, we will learn, but we will learn in a strategic way. Am I clear till this much? Just this is the high level picture. We need to first get started with creating branch and all. This is the real scenario or the flow of how CI/CD pipelines trigger and how we branches help facilitate that. Any queries here?
No, Preethi.
All right. Anyway, we will revisit this. This is just a high level picture. Okay, we will do the labs on this part and all. Now, okay, we understood, we got a theoretical understanding on what a branch is. Now, let us see that with the practicals. Let's get to our repository. Okay, like whenever you see status, you see the branch name, right? Another way to see all the branches in this repo is git branch. This will list all the branches. Of course, I have only one branch, which is master branch, the default branch, which is created and which is available when you create the repo. So till now we are on this branch. Okay, fine. Let's say I want to create a branch, new branch from this master. Command is git branch -b. You may give some name like feature for EC2 or whatever. You may give some name. I'm just giving the name as B1. So the syntax to create a new branch is pen is not coming. Okay, now it came. 1 second. It's okay. So this is the syntax. Git branch minus B, new branch name and the old branch name. This is the syntax to create a branch. So that's what I did. New branch name is B1, old branch or the parent branch. You may call it as old branch or parent branch. B1 is called the new branch or the child branch. Something went wrong. Git branch minus B. Okay, we don't need this one. B flag. Git branch B1. That's all. Git branch B1. I'm sorry. So git branch B1 might have created the branch. You can check the branch with the command. I mean, you can check the branches with this command, right? So git branch, it's showing 2 branches now, but asterisk star indicates that you are on master branch. Okay, fine. I want to go to B1. How do you switch the branch? Git checkout master. Sorry, we are already on master. Git checkout B1. So that's how you switch the branch. See, it tells you you have switched. How to confirm? Again, branch. Git branch. Now the star is on B1, indicates you are on B1. Now, any commands you execute are set to be on B1. ls on B1. Git log, if I run, it is the log of B1. Of course, whenever you create a branch, files, commits, everything is copied, everything is created. Okay, fine. Now I have 2 files in B1 branch. I have 2 commits. Okay, let's say I just want to create a new file. Okay, file3.txt. Okay, same old story. Whether it is master branch or B1, when you do status, it will show you like on branch B1, right? See, this time it's on branch B1, untracked, same old story. What we should do, and where is the file? File is in the working directory. It's a new file. What should we do? Correct? And then git status will show us changes to be committed. So we all know this story very well. So commit this on branch B1, something like this. Done. If you do status, it will show you it's clean. Okay, perfect. I have 3 files now and I have 3 commits in the B1 branch. Now tell me one thing. Is this third file, third commit, do you think are they available on master?
No.
Definitely no. Let's see. Let us switch the branch. How to switch the branch?
Master.
You check out master. See, now if you see ls on the Explorer also, it's gone. Explorer will show you the current branch. It's not there even though you check the log, only 2 commits because they are copies when you make a branch. After that, they work like 2 parallel entities. Anything if you make on the any other branch will not be visible on master and vice versa. No, it's not possible. See? And if you want to check the log of B1, I'm on master, but still I want to check the log of B1. In that case, you have to mention that branch name B1, right? So here you can see 3 commits on B1, but log of master is still 2. This is how branching works. It allows multiple people to work parallelly on different features or different functionalities this way. Okay, let's assume, okay, B1 is created for temporary purpose. Okay, I have created B1 for some temporary reasons. I have created it. Now I just want to come back. I want to integrate changes from B1 to master. Means I want to bring those changes from B1 to and put it on master. How to do that? How to integrate changes from B1 to master? What is meant by integrating? Like merging. I want to bring the changes in B1, which is like file 3 I have. I want to bring that file 3 into master. Like maybe B1 is for temporary purpose. I have used it. It's working fine. Now I want to merge it. So the syntax is git merge B1 master. Okay, the syntax, let me write the syntax. Source branch, and the destination branch. Right? Source is from where you want to bring the changes. I want to bring the changes from B1. Into where you want to bring the changes. I want to bring the changes into the destination branch. Correct? Right? So let's see. Now I want to bring the changes. I'm already on master. So git merge source is B1, destination is master. Now if you see, can you see the message here? Updating fast forward merge. File 3 is added. Do you see file 3 came in here? Now if you do ls, yes, file on master. And if you see the log, yes, you got that log here as well, whichever is on B1. This is the simple way of merging, fast forward merging or automatic merging. There is another type of merge where you get a conflict. We will talk about those merges in the next class. But is this much clear for all of you? Simple way of creating a branch and simple fast forward automatic merge without any conflicts.
Ma'am, so that file 3 what you created in B1 that is getting copied to the branch master.
Correct. Correct. We are on master branch. Let me show you. Git status. Yes, on master
As we
branch.
checked out master.
We got this file. We are on master. And if you do ls, yes, we got that file here. That's what. See, whenever I run this merge command, it is showing updating that commit into this one file change, one insertion, file 3 edit. Automatically, it merged those changes from B1. Right? So this is very, very important, and Git has got a great branching feature that is making it so widely used. Means we can have different branching strategies in Git which help you execute your CI/CD pipelines very effectively. We will come to that part. Okay, we are going to create pipelines on these branches and we'll see like how you really facilitate this branching feature to achieve the real strategies. And like I have shown you, whatever commands I have used were there in this drive. Sorry, that's installation document, git commands document. So whatever we have used here, everything concept-wise, deleting the files, ignore, revert, reset, branching and simple merge is what we discussed today. So these are the commands we have. And yeah, we have done a simple merge, right? This is there. And also on the assignments page, if you just go here for lab exercises, lab assignments, this is day 1, which we discussed yesterday. This is day 2. Okay, you can go here with the diff commands, rm, whatever we have used today, everything were here. You can practice this, and also this is the today's quiz. And for all this access, like particularly for drive access, you need to be registered. You can talk to Mr. Raj on the process of registering to avail all this access. And quiz, I'm sharing it. You can go through and submit your answers. This is related to today's topic. Can you all see the quiz?
Yes.
On the portal, you can access, I think day 1 is available for with the public access. Day 2 or day 3 on, you can't. Anyway, I have shared the link so that you can go through, which is related to today. And please join the WhatsApp group, whichever we have shared today, and post any queries you have during your hands-on. And for the drive access and the complete portal, the LMS access, you have all this material access. You'll be getting the access once you registered. For further details on the process, you can contact Mr. Raj on that. Any more questions related to today's topic or yesterday, or any other questions you have, you can feel free to go ahead. I would like to get into the advanced concept of merging in the next class. And the class recording will be posted in the community group. Like I believe you all joined the WhatsApp community. So the same YouTube link, you will be having the recording available. Tomorrow will be the last like a demo class available with the public access, and from next day, like you'll be having the access restricted. So you can plan accordingly and get registered yourself for the course. Any other queries? I believe by now, my expectation is you all might have installed Git and might have set up this VS Code editor, everything, and you are into the hands-on. If whoever haven't, please make sure you are doing it by today, and any difficulties, please reach out to us in the WhatsApp group I have shared today. Any other questions? Anything from anyone? VS Code editor, you have to download it from the VS Code editor link and just launch the editor, Prasanna. Here are the, like if you go to this drive, you have this link here. Anyway, I'll share that link with you if you don't have access to this drive. This is the download link. Okay, go to this link. So go to this link, and as per your operating system, if it is Windows or Mac or Linux, download this first. Okay, once you download it, extract this and open that. Open that as an application. That's all. As simple as that. Download and launch it. Extract that file. It might be a zip file, so extract it, and you should be able to good to open it. That is just an editor. Again, I'm clarifying for anyone who have any questions. This is just an editor, like your Notepad, Notepad++. It's an editor to make any modifications to your files. Any files, a simple text files also. So rather than using such editors, we are using professional editor, which will help us to work with our config files as well as we progress. And it has got integrated Git extensions and all, which help you to make your work more smoother. Any other queries from anyone?
No, madam.
So the agenda for tomorrow would be like tomorrow we'll be getting into the advanced concept of branching and like merging concepts, like how we use it in real world. Like I just mentioned, we'll be having the different CI/CD flows, right? Different CI/CD pipelines. Like the strategy would be whenever DevOps person, or let's say, okay, there is a developer. Let me just give you a high level picture of where we are going. Let's say, okay, there is suppose this is a Git repository. Okay, some developer made change here. We know what is that called as now, right? By now we know, we learned it. Okay, there is some commit made. So whenever a commit made, we will create a pipeline, CI/CD pipeline on Jenkins. Like whenever there's a commit, automatically it should start the pipeline. That's the agenda. So here we are learning the different repositories and how we make a commit. Right? Tomorrow we will see, okay, this branch has triggered a pipeline. Okay, fine. Then how do you merge this particular branch? Let's say, okay, a feature branch, you have created a CI/CD pipeline on the feature branch. Like I just talking about this some time back. Okay, this will trigger CI/CD. This branch is successfully, the pipeline is successful. You want to merge this feature branch into, let's say, the release branch, right? How do you do that merge? That's what we'll be focusing tomorrow, because you have to merge the same code and trigger another CI/CD pipeline, which would be deploying onto some test environments, right? So we are laying foundation to understand these things. So tomorrow we'll be focusing on this part, creating branches, working on mergers, because that's how we integrate the code from one branch to another and take it till production. Of course, we'll automate all of that. Before automating all of that straight away, let's get into this and learn the concept of branching, merging, branching strategies in the tomorrow's class. I believe
Sorry for
the
the interruption, Preethi.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I have a doubt regarding this, not the subject which you taught. The only thing is that, is it good to go through a single cloud, or else is it any added advantage by going to the multi-cloud like that?
Okay. Have you joined my demo class, Ramu?
Yeah, I have joined the demo class.
Okay. So like I mentioned there also, and now also the same, you don't need to learn all the clouds. Okay, you don't need to learn all the clouds, whatever are available. Understand one cloud, one technology. It could be anything, not only cloud, any version control system or containerization tools. Learn one tool, one cloud, master them, have a good understanding or knowledge of them will do. You don't need to learn all of them, because companies uses again different clouds. They will have their own clouds, private clouds. And also clouds or technologies are emerging, evolving every day, right? It's not that if you know Azure, you are bound to Azure. Tomorrow, any new cloud comes in, you should be able to work on it. So companies are looking for candidates who can adopt to the new technologies and get explode and get expertise on the new technologies. That's what companies are looking for. So learn one tool or one cloud and expertise, gain expertise over that. That is very good enough. It's not that you should learn all of them.
Okay. Thank you, Preethi.
Any more questions from anyone?
Yeah, Preethi.
Yes.
Like after we commit like a, git add,
Hmm.
if we want to remove that file from staging, we can do git rm, right?
No. Git RM is to remove the committed changes. See, always it's not about deleting the file, or, I mean, when we talk about particularly the commits, it's about the changes, right? So if you want to undo or remove any changes from staging area, there's a command called git restore. It will be giving you a clue whenever you are asking, like sometimes, like whenever you do git status, it will tell you, right, changes are in the a working directory, add and commit kind of. At the same point, it will give you in the clue or the hint, like how do you remove it from the staging area. It's a restore command, which can help you remove it from the staging area. Git restore -- staged the file name to unstage the file. You're talking about unstage, right? To remove it from staging area, isn't it?
Yes.
So command is git restore. You can try it out. Git restore -- staged file name. Let's say you have already added this file to staging area. This is how you can undo. Revert or reset are to undo the committed changes. This is to undo the staged change. Are you good?
Yes, Preethi.
You can try out this. Any questions? Let me know. All right, then we'll close here and we'll continue tomorrow. Reach out to us for any further queries or clarifications.
Yeah, thank you, Preethi. Great.
And please make sure you are joining the WhatsApp group, which I shared today, and hope you all have completed the quiz. You can see the answers. Retake the quiz after watching the recording again, so that you can make sure you are well versed with the topics we have done till today. All right, then. Thank you all. Good day.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hmm.